you want to know the tale about the Firebug, I'll let you know the tale about the Firebug, right? There is a reason.
I Glockenese.
There is a
Said.
reason.
Oh wow, okay.
There is a reason why I said it's better. Okay, because okay, look at the Mac. The reason why you don't really need you don't really need the like you only need this build to get a really good stat. It because like first, okay, let me show you. It on the Firebug mat, it has the stat of the damage multiplier. All right, and it the all right. So it's a like here. It's a 30% chance of adding 100% damage deal as fly element. It's the damage deal on that damage proc count as fly element. Doesn't mean like you have to have the fly element skill, but the damage convert after you do that 100% will be the fly element damage. All right, damage limit is 1 million, so you have 4 of them with 30% proc, right? And for example, your base damage is like 1 million. All right, you doing a boss and your base damage is like 1 million. With this one, you're gonna do like 2 million. If 1 mag proc, 3 million. If 2 mag proc, 4 million. If 3 mag proc and 5 million of 4 mag proc, right? And not talk about your weapon also gonna have those stats, right? So the weapon can add up to like from this one is 1.5 to let's say like each like the two 1.5 is like 3 million, I say. Or for some weapon is like the Dullahan weapon or the better endgame weapon, it even add more power to it. And just remember, all the damage converts from those bonus elements. It is something some kind of true damage, so you cannot get below, you cannot get your damage cannot get below those things. Those are more guaranteed damage than the raw elemental build, because the raw elemental build, for example, if the boss resists 90% of those of those perspective element, it will be reduced.
Shonen for life.
The damage
Said.
will be reduced, right?
The firebugs are decent. I wouldn't say they're better than Redux because they're conditional and have no cooldown or defense.
I would not say it doesn't have defense. All right, that one is really invalid argument, because okay, so let me tell you, yeah, okay, 1 Magatama, it can only give you like 5,000, right? But that only grade 50, you don't even max grade that one. Wait, do I have one that max grade? I don't even have one that max grade. Let's say max grade of the Firebug can get up to like 6k, right? 6.5k. You can't say it doesn't. It does not have the defense.
No defense percent, I meant.
Oh, defense percent is like, I don't know, like the defense, like when you get beyond, I don't know, when you get beyond like let's say, how many was it? And how the fuck did my defense is so low? Maybe because I'm using this, it had the defense reduce. Okay, let me just using the normal build. Let me just use the normal build, and I'm gonna show you how this build can be good. All right, this one doesn't have a defense decrease, and also the other one, I need something that doesn't have give it increase or decrease. This is one right here. Okay, so for example, I go for this. Even without the defense buff, you still gonna get like 35k. It includes like the moon bow and then the fire buff, and the percentage is whatever, because I know, like, I don't know, because I feel like after you reach like 30k defense, it doesn't really reduce that much damage, and most of the damage convert to reduce after that is depend on element that you have on your build, instead of like the base the base defense. Okay, So that, which is why like those percentage is really inefficient. Though defense percentage is absolutely really inefficient. And not talk about it's like not talk about like later on if you're gonna need the condition for you
said.
The condition
moving at Mach speed and having nowhere near as much durability reduction is what makes the Firebug Mag so incredible for me.
Yeah, like, okay, so this one is like 35k defense, right? But you're only gonna increase your defense if you have that certain element of the enemy hitting you on the certain condition. For example, if you fighting like a boss that have ice element, right? You're gonna have up to and you're gonna have the high ice element to have a high resistance for that certain element, right? And also it counting as not only the elemental element, but it also the physical element add up to it, because there's some of the skill, there is some of the attack of the enemy that it include like the slice, impact, and piercing, right? And those are also those are gonna be the one that add up the most through the attack, the damage received from you to you from the enemy to you, right? And you see this one is like a guaranteed 30% damage reduction because you already had like 250 no 200 slice, and with the weapon is like whatever it make it 250, right? It make it 250 for whatever physical element that you got, right? So that is a guaranteed 30% damage reduction from elemental damage, right? From element damage, right? That one stack up with defense, so I would say you have a really decent amount of defensive stat even without the defense increase. The defense increase, it just really, it doesn't really add up to it too much on the defense, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And also for the element, it will add max to the resistance when you get up to 100, right? So that is another 70% damage reduction from the elemental element, right? So that's like the elemental alone. That's how the defensive work is in this game. So up to the point, it like there's defense is really good.
True, most bosses have one-shot skills. Defense don't matter with high defense. I'm spear with 30k HP in my builds and I get one-shotted from some bosses with one-shot skills with Redux.
Yeah, like so technically if you want high resistance, you need a lot of things to add up to it. The defense after you reach 30k, it is not going to be adding up that much. Especially if you have 35k defense and the boss, like for example, I using this weapon that have a slice, right? But it decrease piercing and it decrease dark, right? And then the enemy is doing dark damage and then the piercing damage. What does that mean? That means your 35 attack is still getting one shot, like almost one shot with that build. It's like, you know, I don't want to go over the calculation, but I just give you the, you know, I'm just gonna give you the general idea how things work here. So that is gonna be one for defense. The second one was something that I always debate with people. All right, so maybe Redux doesn't have it, but most of the endgame max they will have this stat mechanical weapon durability loss 40%, right? Okay, you can give me argument that maybe if you use Vanguard, that shit doesn't matter. Yeah, but I don't expect everyone to have like what?
Shonen for life.
I don't expect everyone to have like
defense does matter. It may not seem like it from warding bosses, but you will get one shotted way more often if you're under 60k defense.
I don't know. I feel like if the boss one shot, they just one shot, because you know the other day I do Kursak, right? I think you guys watch me do that on stream and you already know what's going on. So what's going on here when Kursak hitting me, right? I having this build right here. This Firebug have like minus to 100, poison mean I'm taking 100% more poison damage, right? Right? Or I don't know, 50% or whatever, like plus with like the defense. So she just mold me like nothing, right? Go into like the only mode 4K, 5K, 6K. She hit me, right? Always have to heal up. But on my own, I using the Toad Magatama. Yeah, say it doesn't have defense, but somehow she hit me like 2K, 1K, and I was even joke about that. I'm like, bro, she hitting me like. So, like, frankly, I think the elemental defense is just way better, way more huge than the physical defense. Or you could say that it add up to the defensive that you have. It add up to this defensive that you have. This one is like the most, the element one is like the most add up to it. The defense from 1 to 30k or 30 or 35k, it is a really efficient defense. But when you get beyond that point, I don't think it is. Like, arguably, I don't think it is.
Shonen for Life said, no negatives is also another good thing about Redux Mags. Japanese.
Yeah, okay,
said,
so...
Also high damage over time skills.
So arguably, the argument is that, all right, the Redux, it's had high attack and it has good element, right? Wait, the Redux. I don't have the Redux here, so I can't, like, wait. How can I check someone Redux? Because I don't have the Redux recipes, but like most of these Mac, I think it's like just similar. It has like 3 elements. I remember it has like 3 elements. It has the critical force and it had cooldown, which is really good, right? Yeah, I arguably it's really good, right? But it doesn't have critical. Okay, so it doesn't have critical, and why? Like, maybe you can say that you can build for crit and
Shonen
stuff like
for
that.
Life said, I'm personally not a fan of Greed Mags. Redux Mags are superior in my opinion.
Yeah, like they are like for the Redux is actually most of case is better than the Greed. You know why? Because the conditions is way easier than the Greed. If you just see right here, you see here, right? The Greed Mag. Wait, where's the Greed Mag? Hey, guys, I'm sorry for yapping about all those mechanic thing, but I want to make it clear why. It's just my personal opinion. Like, you guys can play whatever you want, right? But this is just my personal opinion about how that Mag is just better or the worse.
Shonen for Life.
Okay, I don't mind you guys, whatever you guys.
Elements and unconditional is why Redux Mags are better than Greed Mags.
Yeah, like the Greed. Where the heck is the Greed Mag? Here, this one. Yeah, the Greed Mag. It has negative. Yeah. But what bother me is like the attack. You need to be like the attack and the attack percent. You need to fulfill the condition to make it act 100% work, right? You need both elements to get that 15%. And I'm not sure if you really want to put 3 of the Greed Mag on the same build, unless you have to have like this. You have to have like a really good accessory, right? A really good accessory, like it give you like the right element, like you need like 2 of these, and then blah 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 blah. You can arguably get high damage on that one, and also high critical force. But another thing I don't like about that was no crit. It's the critical is like nothing. And these Mag, there's one thing in common that I don't like: no damage bonus. You cannot get spat 90, 90, 99. Once you hit 90, 99, it's done, right?
Said, Firebugs and Redux are more debatable.
So the Greed, let's say the Greed, the Redux, the Greed, the Redux, and those type of Mag, they do not have this stat code damage bonus. All right, that one thing alone is already make it worse. It's already make it worse. something like cooldown or crits or blah blah blah, yeah, you can build, but you absolutely cannot build the damage bonus 100%. Now, is there somebody have something, some evidence to bring that back to me? You cannot build the bonus damage, right? And then, yeah, you say the Firebug doesn't have attack, right? The mark itself have 10% attack, 10% attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that already 440%? Is the 4 marks together already 40%? Hey, I'm 40k.
For life.
Hey, bro, oh wait, look at this.
Said.
Look at
That's
this.
what makes Redux Mags so good. You only need to use 2.
Okay, look at this. 84k. I just need 2 accessory. Doesn't even need affinity, right? 84k. 80k. And honestly, if you were to compare 40, no, this one, you know, the Redux, you need to be like HP blah 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 to have the attack, right? To have the good attack, like more than 50% HP. This one, you only need 200 fly element. You only need hit that certain element. You guarantee getting the attack. No shot, no debate, no blah blah blah. Okay? Arguably, you say it doesn't have cooldown cut, but do I need cooldown cut on the back? No, because see, you can do ornament to put the cooldown on here, and comparing to have 84k attack, right? But you can do like more than 99999 on condition of you doing the max damage, compared to using a max that you cannot get past 99999. Right? Don't count the weapon. All right. Say the weapon does not
Megoff 1sh.
the weapon does not have bonus damage.
Firebugs are better in one simple way too.
Yeah,
they don't have to be crafted and are not tied to any events.
Yeah, that one too.
They are permanently obtainable from a dungeon, with patience, a lot.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's guaranteed. It's main quest, and it's like it's just way easier. Arguably for newer player, it's just way easier to obtain these. You are easy peasy. You just need so the Firebug. With a non-build Firebug, with a Firebug build for endgame, it's really different, right? With a non-build Firebug, like the Firebug, you just do like, unblink eye, right? Unblink eye.
That's what I don't like about them. You're forced to use multiple Firebugs, while with the Redux you can just use one in a build and be fine.
But what else are you gonna use after you use one of those? Because you know, if you use one Redux and then you add another mag in, nah.
Redux are bad for VG cause their attack bonus doesn't work when inside a VG.
Their attack bonus Redux are bad for VG? Huh? What do you mean? I think the attack bonus does work. It does work. Okay, so to make it clear for the
Soysara said, "Hear me out. X4 silver skulls. That's plus 40 of each of your stats."
The problem, sir, before you put that to me, there's one problem. You can equip 4 of these like Mukade, or like what? Yeah, silver skull, whatever, right? But remember, your affinity have a limit. There's gonna be some of the affinity become a waste of stat. Okay, understand? It's not worth it. All right, so there's a really big difference between just like using one. Like if you have Firebug and you using one, right? So the 3 Firebug is like for let's say for the bonus damage, right? Like the increase over cap and bonus damage, right? And then you have like you have like one. You have like one of this. Wait, hold on.
HP percent based effects don't work in VG.
Oh, you mean like
Shonen for life.
Okay, I get
said,
it.
Redux attack bonus works fine for me in a VG.
Oh, attack bonus on the Mac is work fine. It is like it is work. Like I can approve that it's work. But the thing is, the mag doesn't have bonus damage, right? Hey, you try to use PG with this Firebug mag, any character you use, they gonna do shit ton of damage. And they even going beyond the usual damage that they go for. It's like plus 1 million, plus 1 million, plus 1 million. So you're like, so for example, right, which is the reason why this one combined with the endgame mag endgame weapon, which is like the ODP weapon, is so good. It's because, okay, imagine those are like some weapon that can go pair with the mag. The moon bow aside, that's like obvious, but like there's another one which is like the radiance, right? The radiance, you can see it had like 60% at 100%, 3 million, right? This one had 3 million and also cap increase. 3 million plus a cap increase. It's a huge amount of advantage that you can get from there, right? Yeah, this one first, right? This one is like the first, and then there's another two catch up with it. Is like the metamorphosis, right? It's the metamorphosis, which is like 50% 3 mil and 30% 2.5, right? This one is also really good if you pair with no, but this one you don't pair with Firebug, okay? This one you pair with Toadmag. You don't pair this with Firebug, right? If you pair with Firebug, you wanna go with Corpse, all right? The corpse, it also come to a close second. When it comes to the damage bonus, you can see 30% 3 million, 30% 3 million, and there's no poison and there's no poison.
Can attest. My Firebug mags, even just having one on at first made my Yajiojube tier that one-eyed boss to ribbons.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It was not even a challenge at one scroll.
Yeah, like you know you were not gonna consider the fact that, okay, so let me come back to the Firebug. It doesn't, the Redux mag, just remember most of the skill, and let's say put like the one and the staff aside, right? Because they are elemental damage weapon, right? So we don't count those in, and most majority gonna go with the physical weapon, which is like all of those like weapon that beside M&D and wisdom weapon, right? Alright, and they have one thing in common, that they all either have 30% pierce, 30% slice, and 30% pierce impact, right? Each of them gonna have some of the one skill even have impact, right? And the Firebug, what is the benefit of the Firebug? It might not have the elemental element, but you always gonna cap on these 30% damage, like the physical, right? For example, right? No equipment, like let's say you unequip this, you'll be like, oh wait, huh? Oh, I have to like wait, no, I'll go with something that have none of these, okay, none of these, sir. All right, so it's 200, and with every weapon that is like on that type of weapon, you're gonna guarantee get 150, 250, all right, 250. So that is like what? That's like guarantee. It's like guaranteed 300, 30% damage from that skill without the elemental already. It's a guarantee max damage. For example, you're using like the lunge step sublime, right? It has like 30 slice and 70 rain, right? You might not really have that much of the rain element, but you guarantee have 30% of that slice element. That slice element damage included on that one, including also the bonus that you get from Firebug. It make it sound like it just doesn't need effort. You don't even need effort to have damage boost. You don't even need any effort to have damage boost, bro. That is like, I don't know. It's really good. And also like arguably, right? The Redux have like the elemental, but the elemental is also not that much. It's like 40, 30. As I recall correctly, it's like 40, 30. The Chaka is really big, and it doesn't really mobility between build. You have to have 3 to make the element efficiency. And if you have two, then you only be able to choose one element to make them the best, like the max damage of that element. For example, if you want fire, you're gonna use like a fire mag with a huge amount of fire element. And using these mag means you taking away some durability. That's already something I dislike about it, okay? Because like game is changing. Something that I noticed that the game meta is changing. It's shifting to some other way to make it better, to better fun to play. So big number is not always going to be the champion, because you know, beyond the 80k attack period, I like for example 80k compared to 100k is not really that big of a difference anymore. And when that is not big of a deal anymore, then what is gonna be the deal?
Said,
is the damage percentage.
You don't need to use 3, it's a waste. Using 2 is way more optimal.
Yeah, like two, but then what else are you gonna put on 3 is the question. Because here, like for Firebug, even with 3, you can still fit in one Magatama that is good on here, right? For example, this is Firebug, right? And you can farm infinite of the Firebug. The funny thing about Firebug is that you can farm infinite of these Firebug. You just need to get drop. The only thing you need is to get drop. That's it, right? No crafting, no nothing. It's so convenient. It's so convenient, and it's shifting the meta to another direction, because nowadays people don't like something to be long, too long, and to be like too hassle. They want something to be chill and just farming and do good shit. So I think this one is probably gonna be a good way to deal with it, like the new, you would say it like the new generation of gear, right? Alright, so for the 10, critical 10, critical 14. Alright, min max between. So the Firebug, what is a good way to build Firebug? You need at least 3. Okay, so a regular Firebug build, you need at least level 134. Right, you need at least it's you say it's a common, but the end game is also pretty complex, because you need at least to be level 134.
I am a do 2 silver skull 2 Firebug.
I'm a wait, what? I'm a do but actually if you do 2 silver skull and 2 Firebug, it will not be that good, because you will lose 20%. You will lose 30% attack, basically. You'll be losing 30% attack from that. But if that one is okay for you, then here it is. But the one thing that is valued from Firebug is like the 1 million damage bonus. The bonus is what count on it. It turned something from ashes to winning. Okay, so let me just go back to my old.
Shonen for
and
life.
Remember, the Toad Mag and the Firebug Mag is the same, okay?
You can't run 2 Firebug, you need 3, that's why I don't like about them.
Like, you need 3, but the other slot is optimal. You can actually use another mag with the 4 slot. And you don't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna get a chocolanchi because it is small chakra and some shit. Yeah, you don't need that, because the chakra is still enough for you to put the 4 on there. You know? And this is one thing that the Redux cannot do. This is something the Redux cannot do. You cannot really put 3 of them and then fit in like the 4 like big mag on it. But with Firebug, it's possible, and the 4 big mag is huge. I'm telling you right now, right? Alright, but that one I'll just showcase how different between no Firebug and Firebug first. Alright, so I have this bow, I have this bill. I have this bow. I'm going to see.
Hugs and kisses.
I'm gonna make you see the difference.
Cooldown is priority with Firebug, and the only time you use Firebug is when you're not building for attack, which is when you're dealing with bosses that have high damage reduction like Izo, Bankei, and Purgs.
Yeah, like all of them are canon content, no? I think all of them are canon. You can also use it
Shonen for life. Said. But at least you can get away with running 2 or 1 Redux, you can't with Firebug mags.
I think it's okay, because it's a mixed bag, I suppose. Okay, so I will just make an example of this one. Like this is the third mag is similar, like the mechanic is almost similar to Firebug. Okay, but now I'm gonna do for trembling, right? You're gonna see like the reality of the damage from the trembling, and then also I'm gonna include that with the Firebug, and we will see the difference. You see the difference. You see the difference. This is like my damage on using the. This is my damage using like the 4 regular mag, right? For regular, it has element and stuff like that, but it also has skill fork, which is pretty good. But look at the damage, like 3, 4, right? See, it's like 2, right? 2, 2.
Megoff 1 SH.
2. Yeah, you see,
Said,
you can't even kill it.
I only have 2 and was still decently helpful fighting Benkei on Hell last night.
Oh, you.
Plus moving so fast allowed me to actually keep up with him.
Yeah,
so.
and no movement speed make it worse. No movement speed make it worse. So like that one is like with the 4 regular mag. I don't really have the high. Like it's on king weapon. Okay, this is on king weapon. Just remember the thing that I have right here is the king weapon. All right, the king weapon. All right, so here the same thing, the same rare casual build with Toad Mag, right? It's the same formula with the Firebug. You also have the damage bonus. You can already see the difference. Now I'm gonna go in, show you the difference. Okay, I'm gonna go in. This is the king weapon, by the way. This is the king weapon, not even plus 100, plus 80. It's a plus 80, right? See, you can see it's a really big difference between like Firebug Toad Firebug and non-Toad Firebug. All right, you just one shot it, okay, one shot it.
Megoff 1 SH.
One shot it.
Said,
one shot everything.
Does Redux have 3 slots? Or are they like Greed and expect you to bust your butt for weeks just to get 2 ornamentations?
I think it's 2. I think the Redux 2 or 3. I don't remember because I don't really have that mag. Let me try this Ogi to see how it. Yeah, the bonus just make everything a lot better.
Hugs and kisses.
It just make everything a lot better.
It's 2. Shonen for life. Said. 2.
Yeah, 2 slot, man. 2 slot, and you know something. If you people argue about the fact that you don't have the ornament slot, you don't have cooldown cut. I mean, it's the same as like when you use the Redux and you complain about no crits, right? No crit stat, right? But those are the buildable stats. You can optimal them using ornament. So it's either 1 or 2, or if you want attack, you go for attack. Those are the optimal stats. But the stat like the bonus damage, you do not, absolutely cannot build on anywhere. You cannot build that on anywhere. Which is kind of a problem. You cannot build them anywhere, right? You cannot build them anywhere. So it's I don't know. I feel like having that stat is like a golden. So you know, before we usually only have this like way before the Firebug tier mag, or like those big bonus damage tier mag start coming out, right? Before that, we used to only have bonus damage on weapon, right? On weapon.
Said,
on weapon, and then
that is a big negative then. Firebugs get away with 2 slots, as they are freely obtainable. Redux and Greed being such a pain to make and being time limited to get the recipe from, makes the 2 awful.
Honestly, the thing that is just bother the condition is only, oh no, there are actually few factor on that. It's like the skill force and the attack.
The fastest runners on console don't use Redux anymore. It's only Clarity, Greed, and Firebug, and sometimes Yogg gear. Shonen for life. Said. Running 2 Redux with a damage bonus event mag with a Lychee or large Mukid mag is OP.
That arguably arguable. But you know, before we like the old day, we have like the attacks of the attack build, big attack build, big element build, right? big attack build, big element build, and we only if we have like those bonus stat, we only gonna get it on weapon, and if we get it on mag, it is something like this. Wait, hold on, let me show you. If you have it on mag, it is something like this. Like I have the what that one older mag. Let me show you like the holy. It's also a holy mag, but it's like a older mag. What was it called again? Like yeah, the frozen hell Magatama, which is like 50. Yeah, this is okay. 500k is okay, and wait, where
Megoff 1sh said.
Where is another?
Plus don't forget, for all we know, the Firebug may only be the first level of a future moon mag that is stupidly OP.
Yeah. But that moon mag is like you're gonna go and commit Sudoku to make 3. So I don't know. That one is debate. We're gonna debate that later. But yeah, here's one of the mag that is like older mag, right? You see the condition is like 25% chance of just doing to the 300k. It's like 200k, 300, 500k. So having this one non-crafting but have 1 million, 30%. Right? This is like 30% we're talking about here. 30% is like what? A perk weapon. It is like on considering on a perk weapon level to have 1 million, 30%. Right, 1 million like this one. The here, I say like the perk 128, right? The perk 128, those like this one, yeah. These like 40%, 1.5, 1 million, and then these are like 30%, 1.5, 1.5, right? So it's comparable to these weapons. And the older day, these weapon considering like average OP weapon, right? And anyone on me on this? Does anyone with me on this? On the old day, those weapons are considered OP because people doesn't have the ability to obtain the higher Dulahan. The one with this Dulahan considering crazy people. Like I mean, I'm sorry, not mean to be like offensive. This is like for the term that people usually call them, right? Like people with this like saying in a respectful way and not like this is not like something like to make fun of anyone, okay? You guys, I clarify this before I talk about it. So about this, like the weapon like this, wait, what the fuck is that? Like if people have corpse before, if people have corpse, or if you have like metamorphosis, you are one of those crazy people that just like have you have a lot of you have like support the game a lot, or you have like spend your time and effort and really dedicate to the game to actually make these weapons, right? Before the old day, it come to that point. People spend like thousand OC just to get these weapons, and they also have the Vanguard to farm it consistently. So that's how much they pay for the game, right? They also dedicated people, very dedicated people to actually obtain these weapons, right? Nowadays we're seeing more already because yeah, it's easier. You before, like for example, for the corpse, right? This one it need this Odulahan weapon, you need the Tanuki Pel, right? And the Tanuki Pel on the old day, it is a really rare material. It's a rare because you have to do that Tanuki dungeon like doing 5 minutes. You're running 5 minutes, and yeah, there is a glitch and stuff like that, but not everyone really knows about it. And to actually make the 128 tier, it's already something that is a pain to make. It is like it's just like the minimum, but it is like a pain to make. So come to like the better one, the higher one, which is 133, is like a dream.
Glockanese.
For most people, it's like a dream, right?
Very true, Mega. Shonen for life.
Like
said.
And
it's just personal preference. I like using Redux mags for cooldown, no conditions, 3 elements, and defense percent.
Yeah, it's fine, but it also debatable. Like it's just like debate. This is okay, bro. Like don't get me wrong. I like whatever you use, I respect. I don't Like even if you use like the K Mac and you fine with that, I'm okay, no problem. It's just like people debate which one is better and which one is worse. So honestly, right, this one right here is like, yeah. Imagine like are you are liking one thing, right? But you're gonna see another one perspective too. You're gonna be able to see another people perspective too, right? So on the old day, but back to the story. On the old day, you know that the bonus damage nowadays are huge, right? On the old day, if you got those corpse, right, 3 million, 3 million, the 30%.
Glockenese
It is like
said,
it is
I
like
need to farm my Moonbow Weeps and Firebug Mags I've been playing on and off.
so it is equal. It's like 30%, 3 million, right? It is equal with you have like 6 of those, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 30%, 1 mil 6 times, right? You just need to get this weapon alone. That one is worse before, because like most of the average people, they don't really respect the damage bonus that much. They will be like, whatever, just break out, just like, yeah, it's fine, cool, because we can break up. We don't even give a fuck how that works. Like people even come to a point they don't care how the damage bonus work, because like for some weapon, like the lower weapon is like 1 million, only one, right? 1 million, 1.5, or maybe like 1.52. It's like people consider that is like low damage. It's like unnecessary. So most of the people, they don't respect on damage, and they focus on what? They focus on what?
Sara
They focus on like,
said,
hey, I have
most
like,
don't care since they won't even hit cap.
Yeah, so most of them like, hey, I have 100k damage. I will be like this. Hey, I have 100k damage. I'm superior. This is my number. I don't even need. Yeah. That was what the old day people, they always think about. But nowadays it's different. Because why? Because you see the damage game, the game. Sorry, I'm fucking alien. I mean, the meta shipping is changing, right? It is changing. It is not on that point anymore. Right now, you have element, you have attack, it isn't enough. What if you have 250 slide element, you have 250 fire element, but then the bot resists 90% or 100% on both?
Shonen for life.
What does that mean?
Said,
that means no damage.
That's how I feel. I owe my use perk weapons and hit way past cap, so I don't really care about bonus damage that much.
Yeah, like you know, like if we have like 200 and they have like 250 slice and fire, and then the whatever boss is it just resists 90 to 100% of that damage. If you do not have the bonus nowadays, you're fucked. Like, you're okay, 100% is total fuck. But if you like, it's like 90%. So let's say you only can do like 1 million, right? 1 million, 500, 1 million on the boss.
Yeah. Hugs and
but
kisses,
with the bonus,
said,
the 1 million.
When bosses have such high damage reduction, it would need 50k attack to do 10% more damage, but you can use bonus damage and it's already doing like 50% more damage. PPL don't get that.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like nowadays, we don't really look at the number. We look at the real perspective of looking at
the lack of any negative durability downside is why I love Firebug Mags.
Yeah.
Going from having to repair every single run to only every 3 to 4 runs is so relieving.
Right, so I like the mag not only because it is like easy to get, or maybe I like even some people, they don't like me because I'm just like Firebug this, Firebug that. Firebug this, Firebug that. I know it is really annoying because you already get used to what you have. But honestly, I just thinking game is like everything will change, right? It won't be the same every time. So if there is something new, we should really like maybe you know go with the flow, so we can get through like the new era. Because like you know, like, yeah, I have high attack, I have high element, but the boss resists over my damage, so it doesn't look fun anymore, right? So where was like, okay, so now where was like the helper for it? It's a bonus damage. right? So for now, for example, if we combine between like the Kursak, right, or let's say the Dullahan weapon, you combine between the Dullahan weapon, right? Where's the Dullahan weapon? Where's the Dullahan weapon? Right. Okay, where is it? Where the Dula? Sorry, I'm joking. Or one second. Wait, where's the Dullahan? There, here. Yeah. Okay, so 30%, right? Okay, so what if all of this brought together, both two elements on this corpse, with the 1 million from this from the Mac, all of the 1 million proc? What will be happening, right? Your cap total normally is 10 million, right? But if this condition, if this one meet all the condition, you doing another 10 million. Straight up double your damage. That is straight up double your damage.
Shonen
No
for life.
shot.
Said.
No shot, bro.
And not to mention we have damage bonusages that can stack is another reason why I don't care about bonus damage that much.
Yeah, but that, I mean, you know, the reason why I talk about it, it's like all those things that we debate right here, it is obtainable. Like the reduct, let's say,
hugs and kisses. Said. Damage limit is not damage bonus.
Damage limit is not permanent. It is like 15 seconds or something, or 20 seconds. But that's not what bring us here. Because, like, okay, so if you have enough damage to do the cap, right? So what about you do beyond that point of that cap? So let's say the Ogi, the best Ogi, is like 5 million damage cap, right? You can do beyond, it's like 5 million. You can just like use that one and do extra 5 million for each hit, right? And then with this
Shonen for life. Said.
And then hold on. And then you stack that up with this extra 10 million you like potentially can deal extra on those weapon stack. So that's like 25 million. So sir, am I asking if 25 million better than 15 million? Is 25 better than 15? Yeah, even the kid knows that it is, right? Yeah, come on, guys. Like, right. Yeah, but like, no hate here, no hate speech here. This is not a hate speech. This is like for the game genres.
Shonen for life. Said. You're just guaranteed the damage over cap with damage limit. Damage bonus is not guaranteed.
Yeah, damage bonus is not guaranteed. But you combine that with the damage bonus. What about you combine the skill, increase the cap with the damage bonus? Alright, what about it? Tell me, bro. Like, speaking of Endgame, what about you combine two of them? What about two of them? Because remember, the Ogi is a gacha. And the gacha get in this game is terrible. The damage bonus in this game is obtainable, but not for the Ogi that can increase your damage limit. You know, I am the sole example of that deal. Okay, I'm like one of the victim of these bad luck on gacha. I never really get any Ogi. I try all the time, but I never get it. I can get all the things in the world, but when it comes to that Ogi, I never got it. What if the people screw luck like me? Huh? Okay, so where's the other damage bonus? Damage that is count. Bonus gonna be count, and not to mention that one also here. It both help the end game and it help the like the early player, like the new player a lot. And I mean like a huge ton of lot. You go from like don't even dare do 7-minute Banky normal to 2-minute Banky hard with just the weapon, the king weapon, like the weapon that is free to play. You can purchase on Miroku, and people see it like shit, right? People seeing the king weapon like shit, but with the max, it is not, right? It's way more convenient than people give it credit for. I'm telling you right now. Like I wouldn't even care about
Megoff1sh. Said. Think about it like this. You're eating 20 chicken nuggets. But you get one that is 3 combined, extra juicy, and the rest are just larger than average. The more interesting one is the huge one.
Yeah.
LOL.
Not by bad.
Megoff1sh.
Yeah, like
said. Not my best analogy.
Again, I clarify.
But kinda works.
I clarify again. This is not hate speech toward anyone that using another Mac. You all have all the right to play whatever you want. But what I speculate is that what I think work best for nowadays, onigiri, meta shifting. That's what I think about it. Okay, just I don't really want to be like, you will play. I'm gonna be like, you play Redux, you're a shit. You play Regret, but bro, all those are good Mac. Every Mac is a good Mac. It's just one or another. This is just a debate, a friendly debate between, because like I see like we all really quiet when it comes to meta shifting debate. So which is why this channel exists, which is why we have this conversation today, right? To bring up like everyone's opinion. Everyone should have their own opinion, and it's really fun. I like it. I like it a lot. I like when people talk more, we communicate more, we talk about the game and then what we can do and then what is happening, and then there's something interesting going on and then there's not interesting going on, right? Everything Yap Fest is the best if it's not bringing drama, bro. It's like Yap Fest is the best when it is not bringing drama. But when it brings drama, like when I see drama, I just stop. Where would we just stop? Because we are not, that's not what we hear today. That is not what we hear today.
Megoff1sh said, fun is all that truly matters. My main still has Parvis. I still have fun using her, even if she is still inferior to her harder to obtain contenders.
Yeah, like the Parvis is a really good rescuing unit if you don't have another assist. Like, I'm gonna be honest, because like it's just me not getting the Ogi. Some people may never get assist. Some people might never get Venom, which is also me. You're so me. And some people might not get Ogi. It's normal. It's all gacha and stuff.
Shonen for Life said, it may be different on PC, but most people on console use Redux and Greed mags. I barely see anyone using Firebug mags unless it's someone's alt.
Thank you. Now you
Yuki. Thanks for following.
I think the problem with the console player is that people don't tend to change build. They gonna work on things that they think it work best, but and some people like they just dislike. I think the main reason why the console player doesn't use Firebug because they just dislike the map, but it's too easy to obtain, and then it has the damage bonus that I don't think they really care about it.
Said, everyone's lazy.
I don't think they really care about it. Also, the Now Yuki, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Also, how you doing? And like I think it's just like people doesn't want change. If something that already work for them, they're just gonna use it. And also not talk about like people on console, they pay for the game a lot. Like that one I really like about the console player. Like they pay for the game a lot. And with that paying, they have the Vanguard, the 5 scroll. They don't care. They just don't care because the Vanguard just simply over OP. It's just simply that if you have Saizo right now, you don't need to care.
Welcome to my channel. Nayuki said, I literally tested 2 builds, and that Firebug only works for me when I was farming Benkei.
It depends on what you mean by its work, because it really also depends on your build, what you go with the Mac. So the inferior will be the Firebug that have Maybe, I think maybe it's because you only use bow and you don't really use the cooldown on it. You really need to get the cooldown on the Firebug to make it actually work. So here, okay, so here is a one example of that. Like I have this Firebug full cooldown, right? I can spam any skill. I can spam any skill and it still works. Right, hold on. Let me change to the tool.
Glockenese said,
You need cooldown.
can you fight Benkei to test? I want to see.
Yeah, sure. Like here, this is like the Firebug build, but like with full cooldown. My cooldown is like 50. Wait, what? Oh, so because I use this one, like okay, 75 is fine, right? This is with 75 cooldown cut. It's not even the max one, okay? So this is like the thing that I used before I got the better mag, like the fire mag, okay? So this is how the run used to go. All right. So that's like, you see the chain cooldown, you don't even need to chain weapon, which is why it's worked. So it always worked for me. It's because like the mag, you just need to put cooldown on it and it works fine, to be honest. Okay.
Chia, hugs and kisses, said. Firebug and Clarity are best for Benkei. Also bonus damage is not the best in all situations, it's only for situations where enemy doesn't have high damage reduction. Megoff1sh
Okay.
said,
That was like
I still remember the feeling of obtaining even one, let alone my second Firebug. It took me from feeling like reaching Endgame was nearly hopeless, to feeling like I am Endgame now.
Yeah.
Shonen for life.
It's like that.
Said,
okay, so I can
I
also...
agree, Chia.
Okay, so that was like for... You need to ornament Firebug to make it work. Not just like because like on this dungeon you can swap weapon, but on some situation you're not, right? So with this build I can technically just like spam anything. I can just technically spam anything, chain skill, and it still work. Let me just go to the test dungeon. I'll show you. One moment, and it always, like, just remember with this build you're doing damage with almost anything you put on it. Because of the skill that I have on this build, is like it's some of them are mountain and dark, and it's supposed to be negative, right? But I still do damage, but I still do good damage. So like I don't think it really that much matter, I suppose. Okay, let me just go to the training the training dummy to just show like the rotation, because you can use anything you want. Like it give you more room. Like with this build, it gives you more room to play another weapon and not just locked up with once, right? And for endgame, for most endgame like EZO, like the ODP, or like the other one, if you not have this build, it's just like
ornament and grade up. Ornamentations are super helpful for closing shut the gaps any mag has in usefulness.
Alright, so this is how it look like when I use the cooldown cut on it. Anything I can spam, right? You just need to be patient. The ornament make you just have to be patient. It does not like the attack percent, because the attack doesn't bring enough dip. The attack percent really not really bring that much difference. But this one, you can see, even like if you want to spam this, it's just gonna strain internal like this. You don't even need to change weapon. Not changing weapon. Spam from start to the end, whatever you wanna use, right? Whatever you wanna use. And like wait here, this, okay. Okay, that's how. Wait, hold on. Let me get some SP. It's like so redundant right now. Hold on. Yeah, internal spam. Internal spam. Internal spam, or maybe I'm gonna change to another weapon using the same formula. Wait, the bow. No. Let me find something else that has Ogi that could work. Yeah, no, not with the poison because it's okay. This one, okay. So the grace, I got the grace. Okay, the grace. Okay, so this one is different because I had the harvester. You do damage on any element, alright. Or if I change to my fire equipment. Hold on. Let me change to my fire equipment, like the weapon. What was that? The fire, like yeah, like this one. Oh yeah, even the spear, but like let me just like put like this. Okay, so the raid, I have like the raid sword with like 2 state of bonus damage. All right. Yeah, you do damage with anything. You like, you know, when you get enough cooldown on Firebug, you are like a god. Like you do everything like a god. You don't need to change. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to change build and I had to use this element. Everything just gonna work. It's a miracle. I'm telling you right now. The Firebug Mag is a miracle. I don't know why they even released this mag. Like I even like, you know, I even agree with the people that don't like this sometimes because why does they release this mag? It's just too good. The mag is just too good. You just need to have enough cooldown cut and you are like a god. You simply just like a god. It's like if I'm using like this big one, I got like 79, right? Just keep spamming. Alright, again.
Soy Sara.
Again.
So 4 Firebug or 1 Silver Skull and 3 Firebug better.
Probably 3 skill. Okay, so that's one is like an interesting one twist that I want to talk about. Like, so the 3 is the guarantee, right? But the 4 is the debatable because you can min max and change between the build. Alright, so there is a few ways you can make it work. First, like there's 2 types of max that can work with it right now. One is a large Mukade, right? The large Mukade, which is absurdly increase overall damage. Right? Overall weapon damage. Right, so anything with this mag is like slightly increased on damage. Okay, so let me just get the sake and get in again. I'm also gonna show there is like 2 ways to do it. That is like overall increase. You can replace 1 Firebug with the one Silver Skull, 1 whatever you want to go with your weapon. Okay, and you have to decide the type of weapon you go for before you get it. So 4 Firebug can replace with like 3 Firebug and 1 large Mukade or Silver Skull or King of Fly, like blah 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 blah, those mag, right? It also gonna have a really absurd amount of damage increase. Oh wait, you cannot tell the difference here. Hold on. Wrong target because this target is too weak. It's too weak. Hold on. It is like it gives you a huge considering amount of attack. Oh, but you cannot change mag here. So let me try with the black crystal. I'll try this with the black crystal, right? We'll see like which one is better right away, straight up. The bonus might be it might be comparable because of the bonus though, but we'll see when we do this. So this is like a build with like the Firebug, right? Okay, so this is a build with Firebug. I will just show right here, like go in. Wait, I'm not gonna use this one because like she's annoying. I want someone that's not hitting, so I'll choose like Leiyashu for it. I'll choose Leiyashu for it. Like no shot, okay? Okay, girl. Just stop hitting. Okay, so this is like the Firebug. This is for the Firebug. Okay, so let me see. Let's see pair flash. Okay, so whoa. 1.7 million hit point before the proc. Right? So it's like 2.8, blah 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 blah, going up, right? It can hit up to it with 1.7 can go up to like let's say if it's a proc bonus, you can get up to like 1 million, 2, 3, 4. So 1.7 million is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.7 million, right?
Said.
This one is like.
What is Silver Skull?
What is Silver Skull? Silver Skull is like enlarged Mukade and blah blah blah. It's like the Mac they just newly released from the dungeon. All right. So this is like for base damage hit point. I think these are comparable, but for the sake of guaranteed damage, then the large school might be a better solution. Okay. Because it's a give of certain amount of attack and it's boosting overall damage with that 20k attack it gives from it. Okay, so this one is like, okay, blade tornado. Okay, here. Yeah, you're hitting like huh? Wait. Hold on a second. So what was the base hit point before? Oh, hold on. I need to check the base hit point before. So for one attack is like 1.7, but this one is 1.9. So it is like around 10% damage increase if you have large skull, right? Right, hold on here. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is like let's redo it again with the 4 Firebug build, like the base with the cooldown cut, right? So 4 Firebug with full cooldown cut. You still gonna hit that cooldown cut. You can try to. Okay.
Shonen for life. Said. I think Silver Skull covers wand and staff affinity.
Yeah. So 1.8 hit point. 1.7, 1.8 hit point, right? 1.3, okay, and 800 is going to be the lowest when the other one is like 900. So it is about 10% damage.
Soy Sora.
It is about 10%.
Wand, staff, and bow the best classes.
At those hit point are like around 10% damage increase, but then you will lose 1 million from this one. So it's I would say it's like an equal standing between like the fire. It depends on what enemy you face off. Okay, so if the enemy requires you to do Firebug, then you're gonna go for Firebug. But the enemy require you to do because they need more damage bonus, but it requires you to do more raw damage, and you're gonna go for large Mukade, right? Or especially for people that want big number. Especially for people that want big number, okay, then you go for large Mukade. Or like Silver Skull, or blah blah blah. If you want like, oh, I have like 100 million hit point on my attack, then yeah, you go for it. But if you want to go for actual damage, okay, so now we doing the real talk here. So there is another build that can work with that with that metaphor. Okay, so here again, I will do like punishment cross. For example, I will fire for punishment cross. Like it's like the meta shifting skill right now, right? It's like the meta skill right now. Everyone use it, right? So would be more realistic for me to put that on the test. So same build, same Magatama, same blah blah blah, right? 4 Firebug. Okay, so let's see. Like the first one is gonna be 4 Firebug. 4 Firebug. 4 Firebug. 4 Firebug. 4 Firebug, so 1 move. I can't even see the number. Alright, so I see I will base on like the lowest hit point, which is like I see the 900. Wait, hold on. I see the 900. The damage is blue, so it's really hard to look. Like 7. I see 9k, 7k, 900k. Okay, so okay, so the lowest base from this one is like 800k. So let's say from 700k to 800k to 900k, right? That one was for punishment cross. Obviously, if we go into the last Mukade, it's gonna be around the same equal ground with like 101. But if we compare that to this another mag, which is like if you put 3, like for example, you put 3, try to make it 100% crit, and then you go for a creation, right? This is going to be another one that is huge damage increase, because you see on the mag it's like it gives you skill force and you need to conditional M&D, which is, you can see I have all the condition right here, and you got like a huge cooldown cut on this one, right? You have a really huge cooldown cut on this one, and you also have the 60% chance of doing 500 true damage, fixed damage, like it fixes, like no debate and no bonus. This is not bonus, this is like just raw 500k, not through any calculation. All right, and it also given element, right? It's in the fire element, which is like, how much was that? Like, hold on, like 110 element and 50, right? Is it 50? Okay, so 5, is it like the damage scale, like the percentage scaling? So it's way better scale than the regular build. So you have like 60 fire element base, then M&D 50 to get 20, wish 55 to get 20, right? That's 100 already. And if you have more than 95% or more, you can get another 15 element, which will make you become like 115. This is purely just from the mag, and it's a huge damage boost when it comes to fire element. Like this skill is even 50-50 when it comes to like the physical damage, but with regular skill it will be 30 and 70, and the 70 of that 100 is super huge. Okay, so you increase 100% of that 70 will be like double amount of the damage. It will be double amount of the damage. Okay, so now we test again with this new build. Alright, you can see the damage is more display when it comes to this. Oh wait. Yeah, this one is a huge increase. It's a huge damage increase. All I can see is 1,000,006. It go from 1,000,006 to 2,000,000, which is really OP, because that 500k add up to the skill, and also the element scale from it. And not to mention the stat that is given, it actually a void field for the mag, for that the thing that the Firebug doesn't have, which is attack speed, right? You can see here you get like 7 attack speed, 10, 7, 24 with 5 is 32 attack speed, right? So your attack speed is how much? 50, right? 50 attack speed even with Firebug. So what that mean? That mean is, yeah, it's like, it's a perfection. Firebug paired with this one is a perfection, because the Firebug doesn't have cooldown cut, and then the other, like the other mag doesn't have the crit, it even negative crit, but all the void crit is filled over from this one, and from the accessory and from the weapon is already filled on it, so you still have guaranteed 100% crit. All right, so this is like the so like yeah, which is why it is really good to use Firebug. It's arguably one of the most flexible Mac that I can like go for, because even with 3 of them equipped, you still manage to slide a 4 on hit one, and it's happened to be a really useful Mac, right? Anyone follow? Anyone following? And okay, so that was only because you're having a moon bow. Okay, I won't be betting anymore. That's like you have a moon bow. But what if it is not moon bow, right? But it is 138, right? It's the purely perfection. What if it's a 138? Man, I feel like I'm I'm writing a whole essay about onigiri right now. Holy shit! I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, like, but yeah, I just feel like it's more fun to debate about the game with everyone here, because I think all of us care about how the game, how the game go and how everything is good and bad, right? So yeah, like, I apologize if it's a little bit annoying when you get some to this, but what if, wait, hold on, yeah, still what if we have this weapon instead, right? The 138, and you fulfill all the condition, and then you can see at you have like extra 90 fire element on here, right? You combine this with the other one, what with the build that you have. So you technically 250 slice, 200, wait, this is not 200, it's like 90, so like 205 fire element. That was like, I don't have accessory, I don't use the accessory. If I use the accessory that have fire, right? For example, I have accessory that have fire, like 2 of those Nidame, right? 1 Nidame alone. So that means I will have like 235 fire, right? You have almost like max damage. You max damage compare with like compare with more people. So you know that is where we're gonna go when it comes to actual end game, right? Actually end game on paper, that is going to be a dream build. Like right now at this moment, that was everyone dream build. Okay, that is like a build that, okay, so because the weapon even have, like, you can notice that the weapon even have the cooldown cut here, right? The weapon even have the cooldown cut, like any of those weapon, those weapon even have the cooldown cut. So that is like a dream come true for everyone to go to the, like, get to this point building this weapon. Like, this is the weapon that once you obtain this weapon, there's no going back, right? There's no going back. And I mean, yeah, the which is take me back to one thing I always say I don't like about this weapon, is that you have to like equip 4 weapons to get like the max bonus of it. But I think without the max bonus, it already do a ton, because you can see like the base attack of the weapon is like huge. It's like a really big one, so you were easily getting like 32k, 33k without even scale with the damage, scale with the thing. And if you have all of the scale, you will be like